Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 2 BT Sports Cards here on YouTube. As I introduced myself in my first video, I'm a long-time eBay seller, BT Sports Cards. You can find me on all the various social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and now YouTube under BT Sports Cards. And in my first episode, I shared with you a little bit of thoughts around an opportunity I thought I saw in the market around grading, particularly in that mid-level grading space, and my plan to do a submission with WHA vintage cards into KSA. And today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some other elements of my card investing thoughts and strategies. And today I'm going to walk you through 13 different cards that have kind of different approaches to kind of what I'm trying to accomplish here in the hobby from an investment perspective. And so the first card I want to share with you today would be the Kyle Connor Young Guns. This is a raw version. This is a good example of a card that a good up-and-coming goal scorer in a up-and-coming rising team in the Canadian market. With the trade of Patrick Laine out of Winnipeg, it's going to create and has created more opportunities for Connor to get more power play time and a better position on that power play for goal scoring. This is a good example of a raw card I'm going to kind of hold just from a lower price point perspective. But I've got 9 cards currently off to PSA with a friend in another submission. Hoping to come out with 9s and 10s, of course. That I do think there's an opportunity here with this player to have a fairly good short-term flip opportunity. The price differential between his raw and PSA 10 cards at the point of time that I sent my submission in, which is now probably a month ago now, just waiting out, was about 10x. And so even with the elevated costs of PSA grading costs coming in, I'm pretty hopeful that there's still going to be room even to make margin, even if for the 9s that come in, but then also the 10s. So Kyle Connor's a guy I've got my eyes on. Don't know if I see him as a 50 goal scorer, if you will, Rocket Richard candidate, but he seems to be well on his way to be a very consistent 30 to 40 goal scorer on a high octane team. So Kyle Connor would be somebody in my kind of growth strategy in the modern card category. Second up, one of his teammates, which is the reigning Vezina Trophy winner, again, Winnipeg Jet goalie Connor Hellebuyck. This is his Black Diamond Rookie Gems card. This was more of a speculative play on my part that I bought prior to the season starting, and I thought, again, Canadian market, up-and-coming goaltender, a couple of solid seasons, a couple of Vezina Trophy nominations, one as the winner, the reigning winner, and thought, if the Jets do have an opportunity to have a run here, there could be significant room on this card to kind of grow. I've kept it in its raw format right now, but because it is kind of serial numbered, it is a rookie card, I thought I would take it and hold it and see if how his season progressed into the 2021 season. This one would be one where I haven't seen much traction in the market on this card yet, nor have I seen it kind of go backwards either. At this point, I'm still kind of holding, and I'm going to wait and see what happens. Next up, I got a couple of cards of a player that I was very positive on. This is Brayden Point, Tampa Bay Lightning Stanley Cup winner. This is a short numbered parallel out of 10 from the overtime shootout insert set, and you can see it's got some nice sheen to it there. Brayden Point had a wonderful run last year in the Stanley Cup finals and was one of the key contributors to the Lightning in their Stanley Cup run. And scarcity being what it is in the hobby, I thought there was a good opportunity to pick up this card at a very low cost in the off season, and I thought I would hang on to it and see if his trajectory continued on with the Lightning. Much like Hellebuyck, haven't seen a ton of lift quite yet. He's still a player I'm really eager to kind of watch and hold on. And again, with the scarcity of a rare insert, this is just a fine hold from my perspective, from a modern card perspective. And again, I'd kind of put this one in more of a growth category. The player's kind of established his value already, and now it's just a matter if there's what kind of room in additional is there for him to grow with his cards. In a similar vein, I also managed to pick up his OPC Platinum Emerald Surge. What a beautiful card. Nice green, nice lot of shine to this Emerald Surge variant, which is, again, numbered out of 10, 5 out of 10. This one is coming from the 2017-2018 series, much with the same thought process behind that overtime card. The overtime card was one, I think I picked both these up actually on eBay in the off season at relatively low price points, and one I'm just kind of tracking and hoping to see that I see some lift here from from Brayden Point. He's off to another great start this year in Tampa Bay. Maybe not quite as strong as he finished off in the playoffs, but my hope would be that as the playoffs approach and as the Lightning continue to make progress, perhaps they're a second back-to-back candidate for the Cup. There could be an opportunity for me to move this card here as the playoffs draw near. Now, off to a different kind of card. There's another category of cards that I've put some dollars into from an investment standpoint, and I've tried to also sprinkle some dollars into what I would call the blue chip category. So these would be players that are either retired or are currently playing, but certainly well on their way to Hall of Fame kind of notoriety in the future. And here you go. I got a Ultimate Collection rookie jersey card from Alex Ovechkin. This card is numbered number 201 out of 250, and it's a rookie jersey, just a basic white patch from the Ultimate Series collection. From when I picked this card up again in the off season to now, it is already tracking at a nice growth pattern. This one's more of a longer term hold for me. I don't see any real compelling reason to move this card at any time soon. My plan here would be to hold this through Ovi's balance of his career, and perhaps as he chases that goal record from Gretzky, if he gets closer, you should see some bump and increase in all of his card portfolio, primarily his rookies. And then as he projects and tracks over to a potential Hall of Fame, or most likely Hall of Fame category, I could see this card only increasing in value over time. And, you would think this card would represent a fairly reasonable entry point to Ovechkin collectors into his rookie card portfolio. It's certainly not at the price points of his Young Guns and Future Watches and those sort of cards, but one to hold, I think, for now. In the same vein, here's a Sidney Crosby UD Contours card, a short parallel of 99. Nothing special with this card, relatively affordable. Again, trying to just kind of have the same mindset as I described with the Ovechkin. Clearly Sid is a future Hall of Famer, and clearly he's on the tail end of his career. But again, being short printed and a parallel of a nice looking die cut card, this value should have a slow and gradual appreciation over time, and again at a reasonable point of entry for people who may want to try to jump in and expand out their Sidney Crosby collection over time. I've also kind of migrated over into some of the longer term holds, more of the GOATs, if you will. Here's a 96-97 Wayne Gretzky Fleer Metal Universe insert card. Beautiful card from the mid to late 90s. And these inserts have all across the board shown an increase in interest from the collecting community here recently. This one's no different. Haven't sent it in for grading yet. When I do kind of consider to go back to PSA for next round of grading, this is going to be probably a candidate that I'll probably throw into that sub and see if I can kind of get it in a nice slab and a more of a hold play here to balance out some stability in my investing portfolio. Going back to kind of current players that have a kind of a classic longer term trajectory. I got a Carey Price Precious Metal Gems Blue card from the 2012-2013 set, serial numbered out of 50, 42 out of 50. And these PMGs, if you follow this kind of insert set, is a very popular set from collectors. And, as Price is going to go down in history as one of the legendary Canadians goaltenders, I figured it was a good mid to long-term hold. Certainly if the Canadians go either on a cup run here in the next little bit, as early as this year, perhaps later, this card could draw more interest. There's just not that many of them available. Again, it's in a raw condition, and with these blue backgrounds, they're typically pretty hard to kind of get a good clean grade on, and so I'm not so sure what I'm going to do in terms of grading or not there, but certainly one that I could see the value only going up over time. And if the Habs with Price and Net ever do either get to a cup final or even win one, I would expect a high potential for increasing Carey Price cards across the board. So in that vein, here's another one here from the 2018-2019 UD Ice product. This is the Subzero Gold card of Carey Price. This one is extremely short printed. This is printed as number 5 out of 8 only in this series. And, using the same logic that I explained on the PMGs would be the same logic why I bought this card here. Extremely short printed and hard to find. And there are a growing collector base in these Subzero kind of insert sets, particularly these Subzeros that are short printed to the 8s. So this is more of a hold here. And again, another potential grading candidate as well. Be interesting what you have to think in the comments. If you have any thoughts on what I should do with these sort of cards, if I should grade them or just hold them raw, given the sensitivities of how these, the blue, and in this case, the gold backgrounds are. I'd love to hear from you and see what your thoughts are. And finally, I'm going to close out with a couple of cards here, more from a speculative standpoint, and this would be more in the ultra-modern category. I purchased a number of Kirby Dock rookie cards prior to the year and prior to his injury during the World Junior Championship. So, you know, any opportunity I thought might have for appreciation here this year, I think is on hold. Just until he gets back to health and gets to start playing again. But, you know, based on what we saw out of the bubble, and then even through the approaching the World Junior Championships, it was starting to look like Dock, as the number 3rd overall pick, may very well be on the trajectory to be the best pick out of that entire draft. You know, with all kind of you know, due respect to the other picks in that draft there, but he was certainly on a high trajectory to start taking a higher and more important role on the Blackhawks roster. And you know, I wanted to try to get in on it early, so I've invested in a couple of his cards that were either short printed, all rookies. This is the synthesis product, short numbered out of 50, 26 out of 50. Next up would be a stature card here, Stature Red, another rookie Dock based out of serial numbered out of 75. This stature set has proven to be really well liked and popular with collectors. And you know, any of these parallels, short number parallels, ranging from black, red, etc., are all kind of having a good price appreciation here. And I thought this would be a good candidate. Again, rookie card, serial numbered, and just a beautiful looking shine to this thing. Another hold here. Along the same lines in the Allure product, you see here his green Quartz rookie card. This is a die cut, so and serial numbered out of 99, as you see, green Quartz die cut. So again, not the most accessible card. Nice sheen, and with the die cut, a little bit of a unique looking card. Same sort of logic. These would be cards that I was more so speculating on and wanting to see a good run up here. And if I could get to see this card going to, you know, anywhere to a 2, 3, maybe 5x appreciation in a shorter period of time, I'd be willing to move them and take those funds and put them into other opportunities. And then finally, the last card for the video would be his Young Guns card. And again, haven't had this one graded yet. This is a candidate I may send into PSA with my next submission, kind of along the lines of the same thoughts I shared with you on the Kyle Connor. You know, the multiplier effect from raw to PSA 10, there's definitely room there for growth here for Doc. And you know, as he kind of gets back to playing, which sounds like here we are in March, it sounds like he may have an opportunity to get back on the ice before the end of the year with the Blackhawks for having a great year. You know, that might give a little bit of a short-term push to his card valuation. I suspect with all these rookie cards, I think I've missed my window probably for this year, and I'll probably hold them now as we go into the off season, and there could be opportunities for maybe some further appreciation as we get into next year's season, either just before the season hits or perhaps as the race for the playoffs kind of gets to next year. I'm willing and happy to sit on these ones for a bit and see if we can't get to a nice little appreciation and value here for Kirby Dock. So there you have it. I have 13 cards here to share with you. As you can see, a little bit different here in terms of different investment strategies that I'm trying to deploy, trying to kind of find a mix between speculative younger term players with, let's say, ultra modern cards in today's sets and series, trying to get some additional balance in my portfolio with some more reliable, proven players who clearly are on their way to Hall of Famers status and maybe even have some opportunity here for another cup run or two, be it Crosby or Ovi. And then a little bit on the speculative side for kind of climbers. And I would put Brayden Point in that category as a player who's on the move. I would also include Kyle Connor in that area. And then as coming out of the most recent Vezina Trophy winner, you know, I think it'd be fair to say to put Connor Hellebuyck in that category as well. And then finally, to close, I have more than just this one card here, but it's always good from an investment perspective to have some diversification in your portfolio. And I've got a number of cards from Wayne Gretzky that I'll share with you in future posts, including an original pack pulled Gretzky rookie that I currently have into grading right now. And when I get that package back, I'll be doing a sub reveal, and I'll be happy to share with you the results of where that card's coming back. That one won't be for sale. That is a PC forever card for me, seeing that it was pack pulled when I was a kid. But really excited and waiting for a 75 card order to come back, and I'll be sure to share that in one of my upcoming videos. So if you will, I'll leave it here. If you can, please thumbs up. If you will, hit the like button on the video. If you're interested in this kind of content as additional content in the hobby, give me a follow, subscribe. I'll be trying to post more content with some variety here over the next couple months, and all I'm trying to do is share you my thoughts around my investment strategies within the portfolio. You can see in my back wall, I've shared with you just some junk wax kind of Hall of Famers up against the wall from the 91-92 OPC Premier set that I will have a future video on in terms of my thoughts around opportunities around grading there as well. So with that, we'll leave it there. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and thanks for checking in once again, and we'll talk to you next time. I'm out.